Hey, all right, everybody, look, I've got another box. Right, okay, so what's inside this box today? Well, it's a very, very, very affordable e-bike. So let's have a quick look what's inside this box, then get it back by here. Right, in the box, you got the front wheel, you got the front seat. Over here, you've got mud guards, you've got pedals, you've got some tools, front axle, thumb throttle. By here is the charger, then you've got the rear light, and then in there is the instructions. Right, okay, so here it is all put together. Now, I have actually changed something on this bike. Can you spot what I've changed? I'll show you a little bit later. Now, over by here, there's something by here as well. I'll show you that a little bit later. But first of all, let's have a bit of a closer look. Now, a little bit of a closer look. Now, this bike is the updated version. I have done a review on this bike in the past, but this is the updated version, and it's got a larger capacity battery, so it'll go a little bit further. We have got front suspension there, look, and if we come to the back there, down there, look, is the rear hub motor. Now, looking here at the wheels and the tyres and the brakes, remember this is a budget e-bike, so 160mm discs, cable operated brakes, then the wheel is 26 inches and the tyre is 26 times 1.95. Now, looking underneath the frame, you can see that some of the wires come from under the frame. There's a grommet there, then all the wires and cables are tied up nice and tight, and then down by here we have got a cadence sensor. Now, looking up here on the handlebars, here we have got an optional thumb throttle. When the bike comes, it's not put on. It's entirely up to you if you put the thumb throttle on or not. 7-speed Shimano. Then over here we got the display. Let's turn the display on like that. So you can see it's a basic display. And then by here you have your light switch and your horn, which is very, very loud. And the part I've changed is this here. This is the original one, like that, which is sort of almost flat and pushes the handlebars further out. I wanted them a little bit higher, just to make it a little bit more comfortable to ride with. Right, okay, so this is what it looks like with me sitting on the bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters or 1.78 meters. Now, if I put my hands forward by here, it is, now I've raised this, it's in a much more comfortable position. So I will insert some footage of me holding the handlebars before, when I had the lower stem set where the handlebars were further out and lower down. But now that I've changed them, it is far more comfortable. Now, the rear light here has its own battery, so let me just try and turn it on if I can find the button. It's on here somewhere. There we go. So you should be able to see the rear light there. So let's have a quick look at the front light. So the front light there works off the switch on the handlebars, and it looks very bright to me. Very, very bright indeed. So the battery is easy to remove, and it does say there, look, the voltage is 36 volts and it's 15 amp hours, 540 watt hours. So here we have the magnet of truth. Now, the frame is made of steel. The handlebars are made of steel. The mudguards are plastic. The wheels, aluminium. Pedal arms made of steel. Pedals, plastic. And this seat post here is made of steel as well. So it's mostly a steel construction. There we go then. That was a look around the bike. Let's get it out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are out on the open road. So I'll pull over to the side by here and we'll just see how long it takes to get up to 15.5 miles per hour just by pedaling and using the cadence sensor. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. There we go. And it's kicked in after about half a turn on the pedal. And here we go. And there we go. 25 kilometers per hour or 15.5 miles per hour. Now, the one thing I've got to do is go into the settings and change this from kilometers per hour to miles per hour. So it should be pretty straightforward. Right, okay, it should be plus and minus hopefully, like that, and then just change that to that, plus and minus again, I think it is. And there we go, it's in miles per hour. Right, okay, so the next test, let's see how this bike can get up hills, because it is a 36 volt e-bike. So at the moment, I'm in pedal level assist 5, and this part of the hill, which isn't so steep, is going up here absolutely fine. It's going up here easy at the moment. I'm in gear 2, the cadence sensor is doing what a cadence sensor should do. So at the moment, I'm not putting any pressure. I'm just turning the crank around, no pressure on the pedals, and it's going up this part of the hill. A little bit further up, the hill gets much steeper, and 36 volt e-bikes aren't particularly good on steep hills. So we'll see what it's like when we get to the steep hill. We are coming to a tunnel, so we'll try and have a look what this front headlight is like in that dark tunnel, because it looked quite bright to me when I was doing the sort of initial testing. Right, here we go then. It is quite dark by here, so let's pop this headlight on. You can see it already, look. It is a very, very good headlight. There we go. Look at that there. That is, I gotta say, it's a very, very good headlight. A fantastic headlight. And it's quite compact and small as well. So there we go. The headlight gets a 10 out of 10. Actually, that score was a little bit too much. Probably an 8 out of 10, because there are brighter headlights than that. But for a small compact headlight, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Right, here we go then. Big hill test. Now, let's try the thumb throttle. Let's try the thumb throttle there, look, right? And we'll see. I've got the thumb throttle pressed down. And at the moment, it is going up the hill. I'm going to have to assist this bike going up this hill, because I don't know if you can hear that. We are starting to slow down. What are we on, 10 miles per hour? Slowing down even more, 9 miles per hour. 8 miles per hour. It's still going up here, but it's slow, and it will start to overheat if I don't assist it. 6 miles per hour. So let me assist the bike, like so. And there we go. So it is, you don't have to put a lot of assistance in to keep the speed. I'm about 11 miles per hour now, 12 miles per hour. So you don't have to put a lot of effort in. It is still quite easy, and this hill is fairly steep. Anyway, we'll stop up by here, and we'll have a quick look at the old seat and see if it's nice and comfortable. Right, here we go. We'll pull over by the cattle grid, and we'll have a quick look. Right, okay, the bike did get up the hill okay. So the seat, there we go. There's my hand for reference. So it's not massively wide, but it is a wide seat. Squish-wise, a nice, firm but soft squish. The front gets a little bit harder there, but it is a fairly comfortable seat. Anyway, comfortable seat. We've got up a hill. Let's get up the rest of this hill here. It does get a little bit steeper, and you know, it goes on for a while. When we get to the top of that hill, we'll do a brake test, and I'll come down this hill as fast as possible. Now I'm in second gear on a hill. How hard is it to pull off? Because you've got to wait for that cadence sensor to kick in on a hill. So here we go. And there we go. It's about half a turn on the crank, and then away to go. Now I would say that this bike it does feel fairly light. It doesn't feel a particularly heavy bike, and it rides like a bike, like a normal bike, like the bikes we used to have years ago. So this part is steep by here, and I have got to put a bit of effort in on the old pedals. And I'm glad I changed the front stem there to a higher one, because I'd be leaning forward as well. Here we go, a bit of a flat spot, then it's back to a hill again. But I'll keep going up the top of this hill, because I just want to see if it can, a long duration going up a hill, see how we can do it. Right, okay, I've come to the spot where we do the walk function. So let's pull over to the left, come to a stop, and we will try the walk function. Now, I can't see a 36 volt e-bike being particularly strong in a walk function, but let's just give it a bash. Right, has it even got a walk function? I don't even know if it's got a walk function. Let's hold down the minus button, like so. Oh, here we go. There we go. So, it pulls the weight of the bike up. Can I hold it back? Yes, I can hold it back quite easily. So there we go. I would say it's quite a weak walk function. We're going 1 miles per hour, but it does carry the weight of the bike. So there we go. That's the walk function. Right, I'm just wondering if this actual thumb throttle will get me moving when I'm on a hill. So here we go. And it actually does, look. I'm quite surprised. There we go. We're only going about 3 or 4 miles per hour. There we go. We're going a bit faster because it's leveling out. But there we go. The thumb throttle got me moving on a hill. So there we go. Not too bad, is it? And like I said earlier, the thumb throttle is completely optional. It comes in the box. You don't have to put it on. It's entirely up to you if you want to put it on or not. Right, okay. Go down this hill, 15.5 miles per hour. Wang on the brakes as hard as I can, and we'll see if it stops easy. Do I have to pull the brake levers hard? We'll just see. Now, I don't think it's going to stop particularly well, but it could surprise me. We've got mechanical brakes, we've got 160mm discs, so we're going about 15.5 now. So ready, steady, go. It's not too bad, but you have got to pull the brakes. You've got to pull them quite hard for them to work because they are cable operated. But it did stop okay. I think I could feel a lot of skidding going on behind me. Let's have a quick look if there's any tyre left on the road. Well, the reason why it was skidding is because there was some horses poo on the road. So it made it go a bit further. So I think, just to be fair, I'll try that test again because, I mean, that's not a proper test, is it? So I'm going to go back up the top and we'll try one more time. Right, okay, here we go then. Now, it's quite difficult to sort of know where 15.5 miles per hour is because the speedometer stops at 15 miles per hour. So I don't know exactly what it is. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, it does skid on the back. It can't help it, it does skid on the back. I'll just try and show you quickly. There we go, look. I think it's gone all the way along here to here, look. So I'd say that's quite a long distance, but I think I was going about 17 miles per hour. So it did take longer to stop. But I'm going to call them brakes adequate. I'm going to give them a score of 5 out of 10, I'd say. Now, we're going to go down this hill as fast as possible. But, like I said, this display here, for some reason, it stops at 15 miles per hour. So I don't know how fast I'm actually going. Right, okay then. So, down the hill, as fast as gravity can take me. And this is just to see what the bike is like, how it handles at speed. And because it is a bike, look, I can go back and forth quite easily, so it does handle quite well. Right, here we go then. I've got no idea how fast I'm going. So, it does feel quite fast. I'm going to try and go around this corner without pulling the brakes, and hopefully no car comes around the corner, because I'll come a cropper. Here we go. Oh, hey, hey. I'm going to guess about 28 miles per hour. So that's my guess. We're still going, actually maybe 30 miles per hour. And I'm going to slow down and go across the cattle grid like that. And there we go. there we go then. I got a nice beautiful view at the moment, going all the way across there. The grass is a little bit dry, but I've still got a lovely, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful view. Anyway, I think I'm going to go down there, round there. Hopefully I can get round that corner. Right, there's usually a lot of brambles and stuff, but because it's been so dry, it's probably all right. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's okay. I can get through it quite easy now. Usually it's overgrown, but there we go. I got through. Now I gotta say, for a budget bike, and also there's a discount code, so it's even more of a bargain. For a budget bike, it's doing all right. Look, I'm doing a bit of off-roading as well now. So, you know, I've got up some hills. I've done some off-roading. I think what have I done? I've done 10 miles now so far. But it's absolutely fine. Now I will say that the ride is slightly on the firm side because we've got thinnish wheels and there is no suspension seat post or rear suspension. So it's a bit bumpy by here and you can sort of feel it in the old bones. Anyway, let's get down this hill. Oh, and the front brake is on the right and the rear brake is on the left, which is the proper way it should be in the UK. So let's see if we can get down this hill. I've got to be careful because this grass is dry and it's a little bit slidey. If I pull the brake, it might go sliding a little bit. Now I've done 10 miles and I still got 4 bars on the battery, so the larger amp hours are giving you a much longer duration of a ride compared to the original version. Right, okay, here we go. Back on a proper road. And I think for the price, you can't complain for the price. It's a very cheap bike, but it gets you where you want to go. Anyway, I think I'm going to make my way back. Right, okay, there we go then. That's my review of the updated iScooter EB3S. All the links will be down in the description below. Also, there's a discount code. Now, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, hype, comment, do all them beautiful things, and I'll catch you in the next one.